I really just want to say, don't have heroes, folks. Well, I never had the ride or die, mansplain it to me daddy relationship that your modern libertarian bro down has with Elon Musk. I did used to think the guy was good for the world. In fact, there was a while back, Neil deGrasse Tyson tweeted something. It was last year, something along the lines of, don't be too distracted by Elon's cringy shit. He's still a net positive for the world. Granted, I'd really like to hear his updated stance on that, but, you know, Neil, game recognizing game, you would think. Even years ago, Bill Gates, perhaps the best of the horrible billionaires, one of them. Nah, it's pretty bad. Boy, ranking billionaires by like, all right, we get it. They're all awful. Being a billionaire is wrong. But if you had to rank them by least terrible, like Bill Gates has reasons I'm putting him up in the least terrible, but I feel like the terrible reasons, anyway. But years ago, even Bill Gates said that he was less afraid of climate change because of the developments happening under Elon Musk and thinking that that technology would be what potentially saves us. Meanwhile, now you actually have Elon soft launching these anti-climate change talking points I guess to try and get the affection of the people who will still hear what he has to say and still finds some of the things he says profound. It is funny though, like as the world is experiencing its hottest summer ever, literally setting records for the hottest summer ever, in a world where we've already had parts of the world become unlivable and communities be thrust into poverty, which always comes with additional issues as the lands that they're in have become unable to be grown on, like literally creating climate refugees already, because without the ability to grow anything, that's a quick way to throw a community into poverty. With all of that, you've got Elon Musk suggesting short-term dangers of climate change are overblown, as though they're not here already, and acting like we have plenty of time to solve it. And look, this isn't going to become an anti-Elon channel. I know that I think that's what my last video was on too, though depending on what the release order of videos I've been making comes out, maybe it'll be the one before the last or something else, but I'm not going to just make this an anti-Elon channel. I genuinely do have better things to do than that. For example, tonight I'm planning to get on Tinder and pretend that there is a chance that I would ever actually send a DM even if I did match somebody. But this is much more important for tonight, for the moment. I got to get this out. Elon Musk, he is having a hell of a week. And I will be honest, I used to really admire him. I really did. Some of it was like, I like his cars and I like his rockets. And I don't know, I recognize things that we also have in common regarding our neurodivergence. That certainly was a piece of it all. And I liked the idea that there could be someone who has the money to basically try to be real life Iron Man, and that might actually happen, that could happen. And I don't know if you all know, but apparently Tony Stark was the modern Tony Stark we've gotten to know was in some ways based on Elon Musk. That's according to some reporting. But that was years ago that I had that admiration. Since then, some combination of finding out that he sucks and also him then starting to suck more, becoming suckier, has made him fall out of the graces of a lot of people. Something I like to call J.K. Rowling syndrome. Like, we all later saw the problems that were already in her books, but we didn't see them, not most of us, until she kind of revealed the other ways in which she sucked. We were there was blinders that perhaps were there because she had bought a lot of social credit by turning a lot of people to reading and creating this magical world we could play in our imagination, even as the most reasonable name she thought for an Asian character would be Cho Chang. A sound, an onomatopoeia. How did I not notice that at the time? Well, I was 13. That's the answer. 14, maybe when the fourth book came out? I don't know. But she ate up all of her social credit, and as has Elon, and now we we knew, again, we found out some ways in which he already sucks, and then found out that he sucks even more. And as I would argue, sucks more than he used to. There's going to be a lot of people who disagree. And in fact, now you can just cue comments from people who, those people who always speak with their nose down and their eyes up, saying that I know everyone was terrible all along, and I don't have any problematic role models. Those people? Yeah. By the way, enjoy that while it lasts, having no problematic role models, and stop spending so much time on TikTok. I swear, there are even people I like out there that I know a lot of these people like in common. And by now, I'm just waiting. Who's going to be first? Is it going to be H3H3 or Hassan that'll turn out to have a cat fighting ring? Something fucked up's going to happen to those heroes you like. Anyway, that's not what this is about. This is a video, I guess, about Elon Musk finally fixing the worst problem about Twitter. And I think everyone here, without exception, will agree with me that ever since Elon Musk took over, Twitter has suffered from one problem and one problem only. And that problem that we all agree on, the issue with Twitter and the reason why he's so far not been able to fix it, the problem with Twitter was obviously the name. And thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, born of a virgin to bring to the world the joys of capitalism and the joys of calling queer people slurs, that Elon Musk has finally solved the real problem with the online town square. And I know what you're going to say about the name. Is that a placeholder? Is it an algebraic variable? USJW cuck. How dare you even suggest such a thing? Look now, if you haven't seen already, look at the logo and you will know. You'll read it and you'll read it right. Twitter is no longer Twitter, and you don't send tweets anymore. It's called X, and you send X's. I'd like to send some of my X's to... that's unimportant. That's right. The real world Tony fucking Stark saving the goddamn world by fixing the one goddamn thing that no one, not a single person, said was a problem. By the way, if you didn't see, he also tried to erect a sort of giant lit up X logo statue on the top of his building in California. Had to take it down within 48 hours because he didn't bother to make sure that was allowed. Turns out you can't just blast light into your neighbor's windows. But don't you worry regarding the name change. Regarding his week, you knew it could get worse, and it did. See, originally I was actually going to say something along the lines of, you won't miss Twitter much because X comes with just as many fascists as the old platform. But actually, that is not technically true. There's actually more fascists, or at least one more fascist. Yeah, somehow, even after tweeting about going, what was the phrase? I believe I just burped, and yet I'm not retaking it. We're one taking this. We got one shot. After the individual we're speaking of tweeted about going, I believe the phrase was DEFCON 5 on the Jews, Kanye West has been allowed to return to the platform just months later. So not only has Elon Musk solved the problem no one thought was a problem, he also undid the one good thing that nearly everyone embraced when he removed Kanye's Nazi ass. I remember when he bought the platform and took it private, I was told how he was just being a genius. What a big brain move, by the way, that we're taking it private because he's going to get to directly benefit from the imminent explosion in Twitter's value. So I just want to know, with all of this in mind, X, Kanye, how much is it worth now? Because I'm pretty sure at this point, I think we, like you and you, and whoever else might be watching at this moment, we could probably, the few of us, crowdfund a buyout. Or I don't know if we need to crowdfund. I think we could just do a bake sale. And the best part is, I don't even see the normal fanboys showing up to defend the change. Granted, I also don't go on, I was going to say Twitter. I don't go on X anymore, but I am pretty much I'm in enough group chats. By the way, I'm on Threads now, in case anybody's wondering. If you want to find me, Jimmy Snow on Threads. But I'm in enough group chats that would gleefully send me these screenshots of these Twitter right-wingers essentially asking, who thought this was a good idea? Who asked for this? Who wanted this? That actually goes not just for the name change. That goes both for the name change and bringing Kanye back. Though as many of Elon's sycophants are white supremacists, they might actually be more mad that Kanye is back, because Kanye recently, I think it was in an interview, said that he likes Jews now. So they might not be as stoked on it. So, with all of that in mind, with this week in mind, with this news of Elon in mind, with this, what is this video about? What is the point? Kind of nothing. And I would say sorry for wasting your time, but honestly, if you made it to this part in the video, you're at least a little bit responsible too. This is partially your fault. We've not added any value to the world together here in the 10 minutes or so it's been so far. Maybe it wasn't nothing. Maybe there's no purpose. Maybe I'm actually thinking it's kind of fun to express my outwardly express my disappointment in a world that I used to have so much hope for by criticizing an individual, a person who had that same trend I used to have so much hope for. Maybe I just wanted an excuse to show you all these memes and remind you of the comedy abortion that was the SNL episode featuring Elon Musk. Or maybe, just maybe I have indigestion, and ranting about Rocket Toad Boy helps me relieve the squirts. Childish joke. The world may never know. Just kidding, it's the squirts.